Can three ACC teams make it into the college football playoff this year? I think it's possible. Do I think the committee will do it? That I'm not so sure of. But all three of these teams do have a pretty good case to make an argument to be in the college football playoff this year. The two obvious ones are SMU and Miami, both sitting at one loss, both in the top 10. And if Miami beats Syracuse this weekend, they'll be in the ACC championship. Now, if that game is very close and it's a one possession, 3-point, 1-point game, I think both of those teams should be in. Now, for Clemson to get in, there's one path, obviously, for Miami to lose and then Clemson to make the ACC championship and win it. But let's forget that scenario. Let's pretend Miami wins. And we have the ACC championship game, and it's a close game. Clemson's sitting out of the ACC championship game with 2 losses. They have beaten South Carolina, and then in the past 4 games, they have also beaten Virginia Tech on the road and Pitt on the road. 2 pretty solid teams. I think that is a good enough case for them to get in. In a year where all of these teams in the country are losing really, really poor games, Clemson really only has one of them, and that is to Louisville, where they lost at home. But if we're still considering Alabama, who has lost to the 5-loss team in Vanderbilt and a 5-loss team in Oklahoma, and a blowout at that matter, why is Clemson so disregarded for the college football playoff? It doesn't make any sense. So I think, should things fall their way and Miami and SMU have a pretty close game, I think the ACC could potentially get 3 teams in. The SEC will throw a hissy fit. Greg Sankey will be pissed. But you know what? The SEC is just having a down year. And they have been the best conference for the past 20 years, but I don't think they're as elite or, multiple steps above any other conference this year. I think these conferences are more in sync and aligned with one another than we have ever seen in college football, at least in the past 20 to 25 years. So, do I think that if this scenario were to happen, Miami beats Syracuse and then either one of SMU or Miami wins the ACC and it's a close game, and Clemson ends up beating South Carolina, especially if that's an emphatic win, I do think that they have a chance, and I do think that they could get 3 in. Will the committee do it? Remains to be seen. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.